Up to this moment, we've worked more or focused more in visualization. I'm going to show the processing and what you can do with the information. This affects the files, and new layers of information can be created. But a lot of this can also be done in R. So that's why I'm going to show in a very fast way how to do this, because it can be done in R and it's easier to automate it. But just to give an example, I'm going to choose one of the municipalities. So I'm going to choose this one, Chiapas de Corzo. You can see the color changes. And this municipality is selected right now. And this is important because some operations that are going to be done, you can choose if you want to use the information of the whole layer or just in this selection. So what I'm going to do right now is to do a spatial cut of the soil information that I want. So I want to choose and cut just the information in this in in this selection of this municipality. So I go to Vectorial, I go to Geoprocessing Tools, and I'm going to look for the cut option. So what I'm going to cut would be the soil information and the overlay layer, which is the limit that I would like to cut, which is this limit called Chiapas. But you have the option to choose only the selected objects. So I'm going to click here in order to cut the soil information of this area specifically. So you can leave here as a temporary layer. It's another option. Whenever this happens, whenever you have files that you're not going to need, they're just temporary files, so you can keep it here. So I'm going to execute it, and I can remove the soil. I can remove the selection also with this option here. And now I'm going to have the types of soils that are included in Chiapa de Corzo. The attributes do not change. They're the same ones that I had before, but the spatial information is just limited to this area specifically. In order to make it easier, what I'm going to do is choose suelos, and I'm going to right click, and there's an option in styles or estilos where you can copy the style. So I'm going to copy all the categories of the style, and then I'm going to come over here where, and I'm going to paste all the categories. So it's going to be just like it was before without having to configure all the styles like we did before. So now there's no difference, as you can see. So if I'm going to change the order here, you'll be able to see it. So now this map has been cut, just this area, which is the one that we're interested in. And I'm going to do the same cut for the raster data. So I have my raster here for organic carbon. And once again, I'm going to choose the municipality that I want. And then I go to raster and choose the extraction option and cut raster by layer of the mask. So the entry layer would be this, SOC Chiapas for organic carbon. And once again, Limites Chiapas in the mask and choose only the selected objects. I'm going to maintain everything else. I don't need to do anything else. And there's another option if I want to save this information in a specific file, or if I wanted to change, save it as a temporary file. So I'm going to keep it like this just to make things easier. So I can close now, and this would be the raster. And you can see that it's been already cut based on the other information that I had. And the same thing can be done with the styles and the different raster layers. You can copy the style, then I go to style and I can paste it. Now I'm going to explain the difference in a moment. So my output has the difference, and that will be the low values. So I still have to open the options here in output, go to transparency and do the same thing that I did before to put 0 here and say that it's transparent. And as you can see, there are no more differences anymore. So I just have the layer for this area. And that's how we can process the information in order to have a cut.